Peace, dreamers. Happy Wednesday. Welcome back. We're in for another magical day. Magic. I'm just feeling so much magic in the air lately. I don't know about you guys. Definitely let me know if you guys are going through any magical moments right now. But we're back. And we're back post Mercury Retrograde. So we tuned into the energy of Mercury right at the start because Mercury had a message for us and was like, I'm not the bad guy, I'm just trying to help you see things, right? And now here we are outside of Mercury Retrograde. It has gone direct. Mercury's doing its thing again, moving and grooving. And you know, we're gonna do another tune-in because we had that 20-day, 23-day slow down period where, you know, I know it wasn't just me because I heard from some of you guys, you know, reaching out to friends, to clients, everything. And Mercury really did a number on a lot of people. So today I feel like we should tune back into Mercury again, say, hey, what's good? Can we get an overall summary of what that past 3 weeks was? What did we gain? What was activated within us? And what do you suggest from here? You know, a few videos we were talking about Luna, we were talking about the moon, and you know, how she's a light, how she's a heavenly body, and all these planets, that's what they are. They're these heavenly bodies, these astrological beings that really influence our minds, our lives, our emotions, our everything. You know, we're one big cosmic family and we all play into each other in one way or another. So today we're gonna tune back into our mental family member Mercury and again see what's been activated within us during this Mercury retrograde that was so intense for so many of us. And it's so funny the way this Mercury retrograde went because it was retrograde in the sign of Aquarius. We were in Aquarius season. There are like 7 other planets in Aquarius and, you know, this whole big thing. Now, Aquarius is an air sign. It's the eldest air sign. It's like the visionary and the futurist and, you know, really like the alien of the zodiac, super out of the box, out of the ordinary, and one of, if not the most detached sign of the zodiac. So with Mercury going retrograde in the sign of sign of Aquarius, it was like a healthy detachment to observe whatever needed to come up for you, like that healthy detachment, but also with an eye looking forward, right? But Aquarius is also known, or you know, its archetype is the water bearer, like the giver of water, you know, and water is our emotions. So it was just like a healthy detachment, a bearing of water or emotions, and a look at our mental sphere, right? Now for me, this Mercury retrograde, I was guided personally to go into my waters because I have a Mercury placement in Cancer, which is the first water sign. So it's like, although I was in this sense of Aquarian detachment, which I'm so grateful for because I dove so deep into my emotional body, so deep into these waters, and I was just like, if Mercury were in any other place, I feel like I would have drowned because it can be so intense when you have nothing but space and time to really dive deep and dig into something. And for me, that was my waters, that was my emotions. So I'm extremely, although it had its uncomfortable periods, I'm extremely grateful for Mercury. I'm extremely grateful for that time of pause, that time of moving slow, that time of becoming more gentle and more, you know, compassionate with myself because I'm like, hey, I'm human too. I have these emotions. So first and foremost, I just want to show my gratitude to Mercury for this time, and hopefully you guys can definitely give a big shout out to Mercury as well. But yeah, we're gonna get right into it. We're gonna see what was most activated in us, for us, during this Mercury retrograde that we just went through? What was activated inside of us? What did we come out with on the other side of it? You know, we're still in the shadow period, so we're still going to be feeling some residual energy. But all in all, each cycle and everything that we go through and every experience, there's something that happens on the other side of it. You know, no matter how uncomfortable or how much it grew you and expanded you and pushed you to new heights within yourself, there's always something that comes out on the other side. So we're gonna take a look at that, and then we'll see if there's just, you know, any collective guidance that we have afterwards. So let's tune into Mercury, miércoles, Wednesday, ruled by Mercury, Wednesday. And yeah, let's see. Wow. I feel, yeah, okay. Yeah. What did we just say? On the other side, you come out with more, with something on the other side, you come out with more compassion for yourself, right? Compassion. This is exactly what Mercury in retrograde collectively has shown us. Be gentle, be compassionate with yourself. Sometimes things go slow. Sometimes things are held up. Sometimes things don't move and work in accordance to how you may have seen them or wanted them to be in your life. But if you have compassion, it'll make the journey so much easier. It'll make the journey so much more pleasant. You know, compassion. So this says, the frequency of compassion supports our ability to stand by others without judgment and be the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart and into the world. I feel like I'm like melting right now. Like I feel just so ooey, like ooey gooey, like, oh, life, right? But truly, this is it. This is it. Compassion. Compassion. Standing by others without judgment and being the divine mediator between heaven and earth, spirit and matter, so that unconditional love can flow from source through our heart into the world. That is our purpose. That is, you know, we're all on individual journeys. We all have individual niches and unique purposes why we're here, but we are human. We are that bridge between heaven and earth, between the like unfathomable spirit realm and the very earth and animals and air and elements. We're that bridge in between. We're like that point in the center where we're both. We're a culmination of heaven and earth, of spirit and of matter. Like that's us. And the gentler that we can become with ourselves, and the more that we can remember that we are these two fused together as one, the more compassionate that we can be with ourselves, the gentler we can be with ourselves, and the more we can strip away judgment of ourselves, judgment of others, judgment of our circumstances. And it's so funny that this comes out when, you know, the last video that I posted, just a short little clip from one of my private groups, was literally about becoming gentler with self, becoming softer with self, and allowing yourself to be more compassionate to you and to others and to relationships and to circumstances. And now here Mercury is confirming that message that I had just spoken about, saying yes, compassion was the point of this Mercury retrograde. Compassion was the point. You know, it was in Aquarius telling you, don't drown in your emotions. You can bear them. You can give those waters. You can share them. You can be open and expressive and fluid, but you're not here to drown in your own waters. You're not here to drown in your own sorrows, in your own thoughts, in your own, you know, whatever it is that you feel like may have been overwhelming to you. Compassion is the key. Compassion was the key. Compassion is the key that we obtained on the other side of this 23-day Mercury retrograde. And as we're in the shadow period, I feel like Mercury is saying, now that you realize what your gift was, now that you realize what you had obtained through this period of going slow, slowing down, and really reflecting within, continue to carry out this compassion. Continue to let it go forward with you. Continue to nurture yourself, nurture your environment, nurture those around you, and allow yourself to be nurtured, you know, in return. So I love this. I love that our gift and our outcome of Mercury retrograde was compassion. That's, you know, one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves, that we can give our world, is this sense of compassion. So let's get one more piece of advice as we're, you know, expressing our gratitude for all the compassion that we gained during Mercury retrograde. Even if you don't feel like you were in the highest level of compassion with yourself, pat yourself on the back, you know, look yourself in the mirror, give yourself a kiss, give yourself a hug, and say, I love you for rocking with me. I love you for being high with me when I'm high and low with me when I'm low, because guess what? There's no escaping you. So if you can be compassionate with yourself, if you can show yourself love no matter what spectrum of the journey that you're on, you know, you're gonna go pretty far. You're gonna do pretty well within yourself, within your life journey. So let's get some angelic ancestral guidance for this next. Wow, I feel like this is one of the sweetest one of the sweetest periods that we've shared together. It just, everything feels so light right now, and we gotta cherish these moments of lightness and freeness and openness when we have them, because life is a journey. Life is the ups and downs. Life is the waves, right? So as long as we can be present in this softness and this gentleness, you know, that's all we can do in the present moment. So what we got, and it's beautiful, I believe we've gotten this before, it's just completing a cycle. What we have is the White Witch, and it says, be the light, be the light. So our journey of Mercury retrograde was all about harnessing our compassion, moving from compassion, unlocking the compassion within. And the advice that we're getting from the ancestral, the angelic, the spiritual realm is be the light, be shining, be illuminating, be illuminated within yourself, illuminate others, you know, be that heavenly body, be that celestial light, you know, in a human form. And whenever you're feeling like heavy or dark within yourself, remember that you are that bridge between heaven and earth, that you are that bridge between matter and spirit. And if your physical world, your matter, is becoming too dense, remember, boom, you have the power, you have the ability to turn on your light, to turn on your spirit, turn up your spiritual body to the next level, so that you can be illuminated, so that you can be shining, and so that your wisdom can shine through. Because we have this owl here, and owls represent wisdom. Owls also thrive in the nighttime. They thrive in the dark. They have phenomenal vision. They can see almost 360. They can see like 300 degrees or something around themselves. So this is also saying to be the light even amidst the darkness. You know, even if your circumstance, if your environment, if just the world as a whole is starting to kind of close in and feel a little too shadowy, a little too dark, a little too dense, a little too heavy for you, turn your light on. Turn your light on. And remember that you are responsible for you first and foremost. You are responsible for you first and foremost. You know, the world, of course, is going to have an influence. Your environment, of course, is going to have an influence. If you're not around healthy people, of course, that's going to have an influence. But you are responsible for you first and foremost. You are the love and the light of your life first and foremost. And the more you shine, the more you be the light, the more you move from your place of inner wisdom, truth, and trust, the more you're going to see that reflected in the world around you, in the environment around you, right? There's some saying, it's kind of slipping my mind right now, but it's just like, darkness can't thrive in the same place that light lives, or something along those lines. And it's true, you know, when we walk into a dark room, you turn on the light, darkness dissipates. Does it or does it not? You know? And that's not shunning the darkness. There's cycles and seasons for everything, but if you feel like you've been in the dark for too long, it's time to turn on your light. It's time to shine. It's time to be illuminated. And, you know, we are in a 5-year, 2021, 2 plus 2 plus 1, that's a 5. So we are in a 5-year, and 5 is a number of change, of transformation. It's also, 5 is Leo in the zodiac. It's the fifth member of the zodiac, Leo. So it's all about that heart, that lion heart shining and transforming what was into what you want it to be. So, you know, we have been transformed via Mercury, via, you know, all this celestial energy that we've been going through. And the overall message is compassion and light. Light and compassion, that's it. That's all we have. That's all we can be. That's all we need, you know, right now, until we're guided elsewhere. So be gentle with yourself. Be in love with yourself. Shine, illuminate, let your heart fire burn, you know, let your crown illuminate, shine. Remember who you are. Remember what you are. Remember that you are spirit, you know, having a human, a physical experience, that you are every particle in the universe somehow condensed into this small physical being. Just allow yourself to sit with that for 2 minutes a day. Wow, I exist in this form, although in my essence I am formless. You know, just let yourself go there, to these thoughts of light, to these thoughts of love, and, you know, cherish every moment. Cherish every moment. So I love you guys so much, so much. Happy Wednesday. Happy day of Mercury. Be compassionate with yourself, and until next time, peace, love, and Mercury vibes. Later.